When the Beatles dropped Get Back in 1969, it marked a shift in their style, taking things back to their early, more straightforward rock roots. This was during what's often called their back to basics phase, where they stripped away the fancy production and just played. But beyond the music, the song carried some heavy social commentary that at the time went over a lot of people's heads. Because at its core, Get Back was Paul McCartney's way of poking fun at the anti-immigrant mindset that was all over the British media back then. Britain was dealing with a lot of tension around immigration, and politicians were stoking the fire. McCartney's idea was to parody this attitude, but like with most satire, not everyone got the joke. In fact, it ended up stirring controversy for years. McCartney has always defended the song, though. In an interview with Rolling Stone in the 80s, he explained that the lyrics were actually anti-racist. The lyrics reflect his issues with the way the problems were being handled. The problem wasn't the people, it was the system. But as with a lot of things, the satire didn't land with everyone, and the early versions of the song didn't see the light of day for a good reason. Eventually, the final version of Get Back moved away from that heavy subject matter. Instead, it became this story about a character named Jojo who's trying to get back to a simpler life. And many have also claimed that Paul was actually taking shots at Yoko Ono with the line, "Get back to where you once belonged." But again, Paul has always brushed that off, saying Jojo was just a made-up character, and there was no deeper message aimed at anyone about the subject matter of the song. Paul said, "Many people have since claimed to be the Jojo and they're not. Let me put that straight. I had no particular person in mind. Again, it was a fictional character, half man, half woman, all very ambiguous. I often left things ambiguous. I like doing that in my songs." Musically, Get Back was the Beatles doing what they did best, playing live with no fancy studio tricks, just raw energy. Paul even said it was one of their most live-sounding tracks with no overdubs or extra layers. And it's a reminder of why people fell in love with their music in the first place. No matter what the song's lyrics are actually about, there's no denying that it was an important song for the Beatles at the time, and still is to this day. Reflected a moment in time when the band was trying to reconnect with their roots while navigating the complicated social issues of the day. It's a track that sounds simple on the surface, but packs in a lot of history and meaning when you dig just a little deeper.